expecting the run. Jameis now on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Winston. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Jameis to throw it. Complete to Hilton. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him.
Now the ball comes loose. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all. Down to the 37. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And a little floater there is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Winston. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Touchdown, New Orleans. David Johnson, 35 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22. Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. To throw is Winston. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 6 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Denver. They go play action here on first down. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
Well, maybe a little of both. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got Fitzgerald. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. From the red zone now, Winston. Walker with a grab, left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Second down, Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Brandon Bolden taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now to return, this is David Johnson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Newton now on second down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A nice gain of 21 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Now Newton on first down. Out to the left here to Reed. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw on second down is Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Third down now following the completed pass. To the air again, Newton. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 27 yards that time. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. From the red zone now, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Back to throw, Newton. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Newton throwing again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Reed. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Throwing again is Newton. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. Now Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal. Again, Newton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jordan Reed in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have taken the lead. Novak to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Novak out now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Denver getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Rolling to his right. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. So we have reached, well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down, here's Newton. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Now Newton. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Kyler Fackrell coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does when a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Underneath for Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big one there, as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Play action now. Winston flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A second down throw for Winston. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To throw on 2nd down, Newton.